Series report. Brought to you by KFC, official telecast sponsor of ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series.
Well, we'd love to have a Little League World Series report for you, but the problem was they couldn't play the game because it was really wet. It's a short report.
You reported it.
All right. Well, now the people know, but never fear because they will play it. Columbus, Georgia, and Japan, Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific, and it'll now be seen on ESPN2.
I've got a big league report for you. Yankees and the Angels. Yankees turning to 23-year-old Jeff Karstens to be a stopper today. He got a lot of offense. Derek Jeter and Bernie Williams each have gone yard twice. It's the first time in their careers they've both doubled up in the same game. It's 11-7.
Well, if the Yanks are going to win, then the Red Sox would have to win to keep pace, and that does not look likely. Seattle 6-3 over Boston. However, Big Papi goes yard for the 47th time this season. That ties his career high set last year. It is 3 shy of Jimmy Fox's franchise record.
Reds and Giants have reached a conclusion. Cincy in the middle of everything in the National League. In the Diamond, on the Diamond, Kansas City with Kyle Loesch going. He did not fare especially well. 2 on for Omar Vizquel. Bloops a single to left. Pedro Feliz, Eliezer Alfonso both score. The Giants are up 3-0. 5th inning now, 4-0. Pedro Feliz doubles to left. Barry Bonds is coming around to score. Giants score 5 off Loesch in 5 innings. He gave up 10 hits. 4 of those first 5 runs came with 2 outs. In the 6th, Matt Cain getting it done. Ken Griffey Jr. goes down. Adam Dunn can't keep up. Cain struck out 9, threw 124 pitches. In the 6th, Bonds single back through the box. Vizquel scores 6-0. Giants. Bonds 3 for 3 with an RBI. And the Reds' wild card lead is now back to a half game. Tiger Woods once again, 4th straight win, now 10-1 in playoffs, best playoff record in PGA Tour history.
Unstoppable. That's it for us. For Matt Weiner, I'm Scott Reese. Baseball tonight coming up next, followed by Sunday Night Baseball, the Cards and Cubs at 8 Eastern.
Coming up at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific, Sunday Night Baseball from St. Louis. Albert Pujols and the Cardinals battling to stay atop the National League Central, while Aramis Ramirez and the Chicago Cubs would like nothing better than to play the role of spoiler after baseball tonight.
Baseball Tonight, driven by Chevrolet.
Baseball Midwest, Busch Stadium, St. Louis tonight, hosting the Chicago Cubs. That game starts just about an hour from now, and later on this show, the top 3 web gems in Cardinal history. Out of the box we go. I tell you, 2006 been a very good season if you're looking for a hit streak. Steve Phillips, John Kruk, along with Carl Ravitch, Willie Taveras, with that non-bunt. He gets a hit. He's now extended his hit streak to 30 games. A little bit later on, some perspective on what this season has meant as far as history and baseball and hit streaks of that length. And the Philadelphia Phillies, they jumped the gun on the New York Mets, who were rumored to be looking for a right-handed bat. They went out and got Jeff Conine in a trade with the Orioles. Baltimore will get a player to be named later. So Conine joins the NL wildcard race. We'll start with the AL wildcard race. Boys, this has been a good one, and it seems to be getting better. One thing about the managers on all 3 of these teams, and no panic going on here. Leland, Gardenhire, and we know Ozzie doesn't get too upset. Carlos Silva hasn't been good in his last 3 starts. He got out of a jam with a web gem.
Well, not at us anyway.
No, not yet anyway. Nick Punto started thing. Burley, 1-7 in his last 10 starts. Got the high strike there. Rondell White looks at it. Jason Bartlett, gone again. Players say had a little more life on the fastball, had his cutter working, and the stuff away became unhittable. Przynski hits one here. He's got a dozen. Good wood and gone.
Silva's been vulnerable to the home run this season, found too much of the plate.
4-1, Joe Creedy, swing and a drive. 28th of the season, 5-1. Silva allowed 3 homers in the game.
You wouldn't think he would be susceptible to the home run with that heavy sinker that he throws, but that's what happens when you get it up in the zone.
Ooh, up in the zone, check me out. Hunter's gone. Burley went 7, and earned run 6 Ks. And the White Sox impressive here as they come back and win this one 6-1. So the 5-game win streak the Twins had at Cellular Field is gone. They salvaged the series finale, I should say. They're 19-23 since the All-Star break. 3 homers, 3 stolen bases. They hit into 3 double plays. The Twins take 2 of 3 in this series, which is certainly good news for them. You see that statistically, it was more favoring the White Sox, but starting pitching certainly something that Chicago is very concerned about, Crucky, and to see Burley do this, he may be the whole key to this team, let alone this game.
I agree with you 100%. I mean, he has to be the guy that he was last year. I mean, so far this year in the second half, he's been at 2-5 with an ERA of over 6, and that's counting today with 7 innings and only 1 run. But what I noticed about him today that was different, he made a conscious effort to pitch inside. There he gets Rondo White to jams him to strike him out. Bartlett, he jams him, pops him up. Rondo White again, that cutter in, gets the double play ball, and then he gets Nick Punto right here on another cutter that jams him, a little ground ball to Uribe, makes the easy play to first base. And then Mike Redmond right there, a little cutter right there, in on his knuckles, flares the ball to second baseman Iguchi. Well, Jermaine Dye calls him off like a good right fielder should. But that's the way he was pitching. Michael Kadire said it. He had his cutter working in. He didn't leave it over the plate. And what it does is once you start establishing in, you can't get the ball away. And he threw his changeup and got outs with that late in the game. And that was a perfect performance by Mark Burley. And that's what the White Sox need if they're going to get in this race.
Both of the Twins' wins in this series were by 1 run. Their defense has been great, but the defense only works when the ball actually is in the field as opposed to out, which is what happened in this one.
Well, but when you look at the Minnesota Twins, I mean, a lot of things have gone right. We've talked about the dominant pitching with Johan Santana, Francisco Liriano, who's getting the throwing program coming back. But the defense has been a key to this team all season long. We saw Nick Punto today. You talk about starting to double play. Look at that. Range into his right. Quick release. This guy has brought energy to the club, and solid defense can become contagious for a team. One guy makes a play. Other guys want to top each other. Bartlett's been a great addition as well. When they remade this infield, it changed everything, and the energy and enthusiasm for their team, and they've been able to persevere and overcome injuries. It's been different guys coming out of position. Torrey Hunter, you expect him to make plays in the outfield, but the Jason Tyners, the Lou Fords, guys like that have stepped up. They've swung the bat, they've pitched, but they've played tremendous defense as well. It's been a great team effort for the Twins, as this has been an unbelievable run.
Never afraid to play young players, and obviously with the changes they made at short and third, not afraid to make some changes. Meantime, staying steady, the Tigers. Jim Leyland basically says we're going to be as good as we can be, and if we're there in October, so be it. If we're not, we weren't good enough. Curtis Granderson hitting a $132 in August. He goes deep.
Well, he's telling us that, but he's telling his team that we're winning this thing.
Kenny Rogers trying to stop a 4-game skid, one right back to him. He got out of a jam in the bottom of the first, and after that, he got into a groove. Speaking of grooves, Marcus Timms leaves, 23rd on the season, 3-1 Detroit. How'd you like to be Sean Casey lately? Everything he hits either gets caught or he thinks gets caught. How about that Rob job?
He hit that one pretty well.
7th inning now, Rogers, Andy Marte. This one looks like it's going in, and it does. Ground ball out, 7 innings, 4 hits, an earned run, and 3 Ks. He said, I wanted to stop it.
Kenny was sharp today.
He was. 2-run ding-dong for Pudge. 10th home run of the season. The Tigers do win by a final score of 7-1. If we're not good enough, Leland says, we'll all go home. It doesn't look like they're going anywhere as they clinch a winning record for the first time since '93. This was their 82nd win of the season. The Indians, who've been good, have their 8-game home winning streak snapped. All right, let's get a little Sean Casey love going here. He needs some. Thursday, he hit it well. Brian Anderson came out of nowhere to make a diving catch. And in that same game, Casey feels he's victimized again, so he just turns and looks away.
Never stop running, kids.
He wasn't out yet. He is there.
That's one of life's most embarrassing moments right there.
The 5-7-3. Saturday, hit another good ball that Jason Michaels made an absurd web gem on.
Think you ever considered bunting?
And then what we just saw Sunday when he went to right center and Grady Sizemore tracked it down and ran into that fence.
Just better hit it over the wall, and then it should be all right.
Be a good idea. Tigers, by the way, who hadn't hit more than 1 home run in any of their previous 10, had 4 in the game on Sunday. So with that, they get their 82nd win. And you see where they now stand with regards to the American League Central. 5 clear of the Twins. The wild card has the Twins just a game clear of the White Sox, only a half in the overall standings. All that being said, let's look at the American League Central and Wild Card. We'll ask this each and every single day. Hopefully the answers don't change.
Oh, they will. But
who's in and who's out? Crucky, of those three in the Central, who's in, who's out?
Well, the Tigers, for me, are definitely in. And I tell you why. Pudge Rodriguez has led this team. He's led a young pitching staff before to the World Championship, and he's going to lead this young pitching staff, too. I think that's why they're in. I don't know if they're going to win the World Championship, but they're in. The Minnesota Twins, to me, are in. And Steve said it. Their defense, their pitching, and they're very, very athletic. And they have two guys in the middle of that lineup, in Maurer and Morneau, that can drive in runs. And then when you throw out Ace out there, you know that there's going to be no prolonged losing streaks on that team. The team that's out, the Chicago White Sox, and it's their starting pitching. The thing that won it for them last year is going to be their downfall this year. 8-18 since the break of all four starters besides John Garland, who's 7-1, not getting it done for Ozzie.
Well, Crucky, I'll tell you what, I agree with you on the Detroit Tigers. I think they're in because of the pitching. Absolutely dominant pitching. Bonderman, Verlander, Kenny Rogers, they're going to get it done, and Mike Moroz coming back. The Detroit Tigers are in, riding the arms into the postseason. The Minnesota Twins are out. I think they're going to come up a little bit short. I know they're on top now. Liriano, they're hoping to bring him back, but Brad Rackey's injury, I think, is going to hurt them. I think ultimately the back end of the rotation not strong enough for the Twins. The Chicago White Sox, Burley's outing made a difference to me today. He's critical to their success. John Garland is now the ace. I believe in the makeup. I believe in the character of this team. I think Jose Contreras is coming back. Freddie Garcia, I think the intangibles of the White Sox ultimately get them back to the postseason as the wild card winner in the American League.
So if Burley stunk, they'd be out today?
No, but I think he's going to turn around.
You just said he sold you today.
I think it was a big part of it because I think it's going to come down to the back end of the rotation where you have Silva and Burley on the back end. Both guys have been struggling. Burley, to me, is a difference maker down the stretch.
All right, we'll come back, folks. Due up on this edition of baseball tonight. The Reds and the Cardinals, they don't play each other the rest of the season. They'll know each other's moves, though, like their own. So which one of these will make the postseason? Or both? Little leaguers of today, major leaguers of tomorrow. Dialing up the web gems right now, what you may have missed at the Little League World Series, the 10 best. The final Sunday in August brings us closer to crunch time, where defense might be the difference between a postseason berth and a tea time. Today's top 5 web gems. And from last week to this, the standings didn't change much, but that hardly means nothing has happened. Cue up the diamond cuts. Don't miss it as we continue on Baseball Tonight.
It's simple. One family, one vehicle. The all-new Chevy Suburban with seating for up to 9 and an estimated 21 miles per gallon highway. Suburban, an American revolution.
Let me guess, more Albert Pujols stuff?
He's the best.
Thanks a lot.
Take care.
What am I, chopped liver? I hit 714 home runs.
Come on, the Wizard of Oz stole 580 bases.
In my day, we didn't have bases. We had rocks.
What?
Hey, I played in 2,632 straight games.
Well, I ate 2,632 hot dogs. Can I get an amen from the bobbleheads?
DHL and MLB give you the chance to vote for your team's greatest. It's Hometown Heroes. Go to MLB.com now.
Bust the blandest with Fiery Buffalo Boneless Wings at KFC. Get 100% breast meat boneless wings dipped in our Fiery Buffalo sauce. Try 6 for $2.99 or 18 for $8.79. Also available in honey barbecue flavor. No bones, all flavor at KFC.
You paid for 300 horses. Are you sure you're getting all of them? Choose heat-activated Q to help maximize power and let all your horses come out. Q. Unleash all your horses.
Mondays, usually the day weekend projects are put on hold. It's another day of that one guy asking,
"How was your weekend?"
And you saying too short, and him saying,
"I hear that."
But Monday Night Football is coming to ESPN, and soon Mondays will mean that one guy asking,
"Where you watch the game tonight?"
And you saying at the crib, and him saying,
"Cool if I roll by?"
And you saying no. So look on the bright side. This Monday is one Monday closer to Monday Night Football.
Baseball Tonight is driven by Chevy.
baseball's #1 fan. Chevy, an American revolution. And in part by DHL. Vote for your team's greatest with MLB Hometown Heroes. Text the letters DHL to 55222.
Welcome back to Baseball Tonight. Joe Morgan usually joins us now, but he's at the Little League World Series, which most of you know is rained out today, and it'll be played tomorrow night on ESPN2. You can see it at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. So in his place, joining us from Busch Stadium is our own Hall of Famer for tonight anyway, Rick Sutcliffe. And Sut, the Cardinals, you look at La Russa, you talk to Walt Jocketty. Inconsistency has been the mark of their season, something that you don't usually associate with this team. What can be done to stop that type of play?
Well, Ravi, you know that if anything could have been done at the deadline, General Manager Walt Jocketty has a great track record of making that happen. You go back to Mark McGuire's, the Scott Rowland, Chuck Finley, Will Clark. He has brought them in. There was just nothing out there that he felt like could help his club. He would had to have given up too much for Soriano. What's exciting to him right now, and I talked to Mark Mulder before the game, he came out of his last start. Even though the ERA had some swelling in it, he really felt good about it. He said the problem was the fact that he was just too pumped up. He was so excited to be back out there that he was rushing with his delivery. He couldn't stop that. He thinks he'll have it stopped the next time out.
They don't play the Reds again this season. How aware are the Cardinals? How aware are you watching this game? Are the Cardinals of the Cincinnati Reds?
Well, I was in Tony La Russa's office earlier today, and I said, hey, you know, the Reds are on TV. He said, I can't watch it. He said, I can't take the stress of watching that game and then going out here at 7 o'clock and dealing with ours. But I really think when I look at the schedule, Ravi, you got to favor the Cardinals once again. They've got a homestand with Florida and Pittsburgh left. They go on the road for Washington and Arizona, and they played the last 7 games of the year here at home. You know what an influence this crowd can have on a ball game and how it can fire up that ball club. They think they'll have Eckstein back by then as well.
That's good news for them. Sut, thank you very much. We'll get the Reds highlight for you and Tony in just a bit on Baseball Tonight. Thanks, buddy.
Always a pleasure.
Astros and the Pirates. We saw at the top of the show, this guy, Willie Taveras, came in with a 29-game hitting streak. First at bat, guess what? That's like Ichiro. That's a hit. Hit streak goes to 30.
That's amazing, Carl. That's why you can see this thing taking off and going a lot longer than 30 with that speed.
Speaking of taking off, there's the speed again. He's in. 2 batters later, Berkman's up. Taveras would score. Houston's got to run.
Well, Berkman's the key to the Astros offense. When he produces with runners on base, they've got a chance to win the game.
Wait a second. It's 7-1. More runs than they scored in the past 3 months.
Yep. And there's going to be more, Carl. Gonna be more.
Berkman's 36. Chris Duffy. This is Willie's world, and we're all just trying to play into it. A diving catch for a Web Gem nominee.
That one looked like it hurt.
Houston threw 13 runs at the Pirates.
Then Clements is sitting there thinking, oh, my God.
I have some.
Pretty good outing by Hirsch as well today. They needed that. He got knocked around last time out.
Earlier in the show, the Tigers guaranteed themselves a winning record. With this loss, the Pirates clinch a 14th straight season with a losing record. This was their 81st loss of the season, or at least clinched themselves of not having a winning record. 30-game hit streak since 2000. You saw Rollins start it last year and end it this year. Then Chase Utley. And there's Willie Taveras. 5 hit streaks in this decade matches the total number we saw through the 80s and the 90s. I can just hear them at home saying, so what was the greatest decade for 30-game hit streaks? That answer's later. Only the Yanks have won more World Series. No franchise with more Gold Gloves than the Cardinals. The top 3 gems in franchise history are ahead. And 3 up, 3 down, the Wizard of Wilton playing positive. Phillips on the good and Crucky on the bad. The week that was.
They should call me Mr. Points. I have so many. I just got upgraded.
They're the best. I got a cordless drill with some of my points.
Really?
Yeah.
I got these golf clubs.
Those are gorgeous.
They're made of gold.
Wow, that's terrific. I got a unicycle for my son.
Oh, yeah?
So much fun.
What is he, a clown or something?
I hope so. Yeah.
Good for him.
I don't have any points, so.
That makes it harder to redeem them.
It sure does. I'm thinking about getting a 10-gallon hat. Maybe some nunchucks.
How do you measure a company? Do you look at where they've been? Do you look at what they've done? At Citgo, we're not resting on our past. We're looking forward to the future. Providing steady, secure access to the largest liquid reserves in the Western Hemisphere. Today and for generations to come.
You want game? This fall, ESPN Game Plan has up to 150 extra college football games. Key matchups and rivalries from major conferences. All available when you order your exclusive ESPN Game Plan pay-per-view package. It's maximum college football. ESPN Game Plan is available on TV and online. To order, call your pay-per-view provider or go to ESPN.com. Search Game Plan.
Officer, I am so buzzed.
I am in no shape to drive.
I've had a few too many. Will you arrest me?
Let's face it, impaired drivers will never just turn themselves in. The only way to find them is by cracking down from coast to coast. It doesn't matter where you live. If you drive impaired, you will be arrested. You drink, you drive, you lose.
Hey kids, for year-round energy savings, you can weather strip doors like this. Keeps outside air out.
And inside air in.
And for winter savings, you want to get outside and caulk in those air leaks early.
Because once it's too cold, it won't stick.
Stick's okay for me.
What is?
Nothing.
Mid-American Energy says save some green with weather strip and caulk.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Mid-American Energy.
Welcome back to Baseball Tonight, driven by Chevrolet.
Here we go, Brewers and the Marlins, Joe Girardi and company. Pick it up in the ninth where Joe Borowski's in for the save, and the Fish up by a run. David Bell leading off, not helping. 3-3, seventh of the year.
Will be a blown save.
Fourth blown save and 34 chances for Borowski. Bottom nine, 2 outs. Brian Schaus walks Jeremy Hermida. So the pitcher spot is up. Girardi goes to his bench. Mike Jacobs, the only guy he's got, he's hitting a $187 with 0 successful pinch hits. How about that? He said he saw Bell shift towards short at the last second, slap one into the corner. Hermida rounds third, game over.
It obviously tells you he doesn't follow the ball well on lefties.
He saw all the movement out of the corner of his eye. 7th straight win for the Florida Marlins.
He should be hitting 380 then.
Exactly. If you can do that.
Yeah, that's...
They scored all 4 runs in the last 3 innings. Mike Jacobs won it with a walk-off double. Chris Capuano struck out 9, including 6 with the first 2 innings, but a no decision. Nice job there by Jake, seeing out of the corner of his eye. I do that with you guys out here, and I can tell that when the rumors about Jeffrey Loria and Joe Girardi were brought up, that this guy might not actually be endorsed, meaning he might not come back next year. I could have shut my eyes and know how you felt about that.
Not happy.
Crazy.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, unless Joe Girardi went into his office and said, look, I hate you and everyone else in this organization, I want out, that'd be the only way you get rid of this guy. I mean, this guy has been phenomenal for this team. You have a young manager with all these young players. Remember, their 2 star players, their 2 veterans, so-called, are Dontrell Willis and Miguel Cabrera. Well, they're 24 and 23 years old. I mean, that's your veterans. Joe Girardi's done an unbelievable job. You thought after the first month of the season, this team would have lost 120 by now. They are right in the thick of this pennant race and this wild card race, and it's all because Joe Girardi kept these guys together and kept them playing hard, and there's no quitting these young guys. And Jeffrey Loria, I tell you what, and unless there's this bad situation between the two, if he gets rid of this guy, it's the biggest mistake he's ever made, except for the 2 fire sales.
And I'll tell you what, I mean, Jeffrey Loria is a nice guy. But Joe Girardi has developed a relationship in baseball that people, a reputation. This guy's one of the best baseball men out there. And with this young team, there's not a better fit around than Joe Girardi with what he's done. I thought they'd lose 100 games this year. They've got no chance of doing it. Now they've already won 63 games. He's done a terrific job with his team. He's developed young players and brought them along. And look, owners have the prerogative to do what they want. They own the team. They can do what they want. They can say what they want. But when you own a company in a specialized industry, you need to hire your people to run the team, baseball people to protect the owner against himself from getting involved. Loria's owned a team for a while. He kind of knows what the game is, and a little bit of knowledge can be dangerous. This guy, Joe Girardi, needs to stay with the Florida Marlins. If they let him go, he will be hired immediately. Teams will want to reconsider keeping their managers to get Joe Girardi. And you look at the Chicago Cubs situation, a lot of talk about Dusty Baker not coming back. Girardi played with the Cubs. There may be a perfect fit for Girardi there, so they better work this out because they'll be losing a great asset for that organization.
He gave credit to his baseball people, which you referred to, for putting this team in place. His baseball people, the GM there, Larry Beinfest, I'm sure, would say that Girardi deserves to stay. And you've alienated the fans enough, that wouldn't be a good idea to do again.
When you're the general manager, though, and the owner of the manager going at it, you step out of it and you kind of say, okay, we'll work it out, guys, because you can't win either way if you get into that fight. But ultimately, the general manager needs to be the buffer between the owner and the players, the player development people, the front office, so that stuff doesn't filter down. Unfortunately, it's gotten carried away and could spin out of control.
He gets so excited when we talk about general managers.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Nationals and the Braves.
It's called life, Carl. It's called life.
Bobby Cox has done both, GM and manage. Alfonso Soriano, look out below. Soriano, 4 for 5, 3 doubles. And he said after it means nothing. Why does it mean nothing? Because they couldn't get anybody out. Jeff Francoeurs walked intentionally, which brings up Brian McCann. This hurts. Off the glove of Henry Mateo. Ouch, babe.
Well, the Nationals have played horrible defense over the last month. It's been awful.
We'll try this again. Atlanta scored 10 on Saturday. An intentional walk to Matty Diaz. Adam LaRoche, no blooper here. 4 doubles in the inning. Intentional walks didn't work. Frank Robbins says, I was trying to find a way for him, his pitcher Traber, to be successful.
Well, we'll try again in 5 days, yeah.
Braves 13-6. So the Braves and the Astros each put 13 on the board on Sunday. Adam LaRoche's 4 RBIs give him 7 in his last 4 games.
Well, Soriano, 2 more stolen bases. We may be looking at 50-50 this year for Soriano.
Special player. No question about it. Special player. Also a special time here as we go 3 up, 3 down for the week. And really, if you look at teams, only the Dodgers saw the lead as a first-place team shrink dramatically. White Sox and Twins switch places. But individually, let's go 3 up and 3 down. You'll start with the up guy.
Well, that's me.
Yeah,
You're the down guy, but I'm the up guy. When you look it up, it's Jermaine Dye of the Chicago White Sox. What a week it's been for Dye, hitting .393, 5 home runs, driven in 10 runs. I mean, this guy's put together quietly an MVP season, if you can do that quietly. He has stepped up and delivered. Where Konerko and Tomey have left guys on, Jermaine Dye has delivered. Orlando Cabrera, the highest batting average of the week, .588 coming into today. 7 doubles, putting himself in scoring position quite a bit and allowing the Angels to take 2 out of 3 against the New York Yankees. And how about John Smoltz? 2-0, 1.56 ERA, 17 punch-outs in 16 innings pitched, only 1 walk. He's done it with dominance, trying to get the Atlanta Braves back to the postseason.
And let me be the Grim Reaper. I got the 3 down, and of course it starts on the West Coast with the guy that plays on the East Coast, who it seems no one loves. And the Angels pitching and the Mariners pitching really dislike him. 3 for 24 with 14 strikeouts. And when's the last time you saw swings like that from Alex Rodriguez? And then my second guy is Jose Contreras. He started 2 games for the Chicago White Sox, and they're in desperate need of getting consistent starting pitching. 2 starts, 7 2/3 innings, 12 runs versus the Tigers and the Twins in those starts. 2 teams that they have to beat if they're going to make the playoffs. And Andrew Jones, the Atlanta Braves. Steve mentioned John Smoltz trying to get him into postseason. Andrew Jones this week, 2 for 20 with 7 strikeouts, just not getting it done in the middle of that lineup for the Braves. Luckily today, everyone else was hitting for him, and that's why they won the game. But Andrew needs to pick it up if the Braves are going to even think about getting in a race.
He did. Part of that 13 run was one of his home runs, which gives him 30 home runs again. 7 career 30 home run seasons. Maybe he's snapping out of it. We'll come back. Rain crushed the Little League Championships game Sunday, but it doesn't dampen the spirit. Wait till you see the top 10 Little League web gems. And they went toe-to-toe the last time. Ted Lilly gets the ball again. Under what circumstances did he leave the game this time?
When you take it off, you're gonna like what you see.
Scotch Blue Painter's Tapes.
Yeah, when you take it off, you're gonna like what you see.
Goes on easy, comes off clean, leaving professional paint lines.
Looking good, you got to agree.
Scotch Blue Painter's Tapes for delicate or multi-surfaces.
athlete's foot can break your rhythm. Lamisil AT treats it 4 times faster than other leading products, so you get results on the bottom that work their way to the top. Lamisil AT. Go on with the rhythm of life.
I think when I was younger, I just wanted to come up with a style of my own. The only thing I come with was the leg kick. It becomes a part of you. I live for this.
Catch Major League Baseball all season long on ESPN. Don't miss it.
Play fantasy football for free at ESPN.com. With info from ESPN's experts built into the game and all the tools you'll need to win, including the exclusive mock draft lobby. Play for free at ESPN.com.
Welcome back to Baseball Tonight, driven by Chevrolet.
Here we go, the Royals and Ted Lilly's team. Can you feel the love tonight? He and John Gibbons got into it last time. Top 3 tied at 1 swing and a Mike Sweeney drive. Royals go up by a score of 3-1.
Better go get him.
Not yet.
Not yet. Bottom 3, same score, a walk low to them. Benji Molina goes granny. Big time lead for Lilly now. 5-3, Blue Jays on top. Bottom 6 after he gave up a walk. Here we go. Great job, he says to him. No arguments, no fights. 6 hits, 5 earned, 3 walks.
Ain't love grand.
Yeah. One fan did yell, though, when Gibbons went out there. Fight, fight!
Might have thought it was a hockey game.
Gibbons and Lilly, they'd like to see hockey up there. It's all behind us. It's all done. So they're feeling good about themselves. 2 teams really not. Devil Rays and the Orioles. Miggy looking for the home sweep. It's hot. Damon Hollins to Tejada. No way.
No way.
Yes way.
What's Hollins? What? Did he trip?
People talk about moving him off a shortstop to play third base.
You did.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Nails Hollins, short-term memory loss for Phillips. Miguel Tejada. That scores Nick Markakis. O's win the 2nd straight game when they can leave in the 9th. Walking home, 5-4. Your final score is the O's win their 3rd straight, and it's the 2nd straight walk-off win. Kevin Witt went deep for the first time since September 18th, 2003. He's this year's minor league home run leader with 36. So majors, minors, little leaguers. Web gem number 10, Staten Island, New York. Chris Benedetto, the diving stop, tag DP.
Heads up play right there, tagging the runner. Nice, easy toss, not overthrowing it to first.
Oh, smooth. Does it get any better than the Staten Island Ferry in the morning in New York? Beauty. Web gem number 9. Zach Soria of Lamont, Illinois, blocking the plate. That's pretty. You're not driving a truck through there.
Nice play by the pitcher, too. Blindly spinning, throwing.
Oh. Web gem number 8 from the Little League World Series. Justin Hayden of Phoenix, Arizona. Pretty play. And they cleared the way for him. That was his ball.
And no collisions in there.
Dan Kemke of Lamont, Illinois, to his left at 3rd and got him by half a step.
Got a hose right there.
Wonder why he ain't pitching.
That's right.
Oh, he probably does. Jordy Freitas of Venezuela, the sliding catch in center field. Wet conditions helping out. Let's go to the number 5 Little League World Series gem from Venezuela.
Base hit, fair ball, throw to the plate, guarded it, got him! Oh, what a play! Jose Martinez, the first baseman, got it to Eduardo Barroso, who has been a catcher since he was 7 years old.
Another great block of the plate. Go Matsumoto from Japan in the hole. How about the big boy running down those bases, too?
Tell you what, Matsumoto can swing the bat, too. He is some kind of stud.
Ain't exactly Carl Crawford getting down the line.
No, but it may be Shaquille O'Neal someday. Kyle Rovig picks up web gem number 3. He is Columbus. Lost the glove. Still makes the play. People see Columbus, Georgia in the championship game again tomorrow night, 8 Eastern, ESPN 2. Victor Elkin of Moscow, the diving catch, unassisted DP. He wants more love. Same game, same guy. Different play.
From his knees. Nice play. Good pick at first, too.
Crucky stunned. Web gem number 1, Michael Knight of Saudi Arabia.
Deep center field. And caught. A beautiful catch by Michael Knight, robbing Yada of his 4th home run of this Little League World Series.
Michael Knight, good night. Due up tonight. Yanks have lost 3 in a row. Jeter basically takes matters into his own hands because A-Rod's not helping. Is there a sweep? And only the Dodgers lost significant ground this past week as the other first-place teams held serve. We serve up the week with a Diamond Cuts next.
An all-new Contender, Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN.
You paid for 300 horses. Are you sure you're getting all of them? Choose heat-activated Q to help maximize power and let all your horses come out. Q. Unleash all your horses.
I changed my oil. Why worry about engine sludge?
You can't see sludge coming, but it can rob gas mileage and hold your car back.
Yeah, right.
Castrol GTX has an improved formula to stop sludge in its tracks.
Give me a burger, fries.
GTX's new dispersants neutralize sludge for superior protection among leading 5W and 10W30s.
And some extra napkins.
Castrol GTX. It's more than just oil. It's liquid engineering.
Bust the blandness with Fiery Buffalo Boneless Wings at KFC. Get 100% breast meat boneless wings dipped in our Fiery Buffalo sauce. Try 6 for $2.99 or 18 for $8.79. Also available in honey barbecue flavor. No bones, all flavor at KFC.
Dun, 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 dun. Du, 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 du. Dun, dun.
Wherever you're going, there's a car company that wants you to get more out of a gallon of gas. Chevy. 9 out of 10 cars we sell get an EPA estimated 30 highway miles per gallon or better. Here's one that doesn't, but it still gets 26 mpg highway. Chevy. We're taking a full tank further. That's an American revolution.
On the road with Chevy, baseball's #1 fan. Chevy, an American revolution.
Welcome back to baseball tonight. Now let's go on the road with Chevrolet. Big road series this week for the Detroit Tigers. They head to the Yankees to take them on in a 3-game series starting on Tuesday. The Tigers are struggling. They've lost 7 of 10 games. They need to get the offense going. They're not getting their pitches, chasing balls out of the zone. They need to find ways to manufacture runs. The pitching's been an issue as well. They need Jeremy Bonderman, the anchor of the staff, to deliver a gem against the Yankees and young Justin Verlander to step up as well. the Tigers also need to take advantage of the vulnerable New York Yankees bullpen. The Yankees starting pitchers have got knocked out early on the West Coast. They need to take advantage, get in that bullpen, and see if they can score runs. Let's take a look at the pitching matchups for the series as we go through. 3-game series, matching up Nate Robinson, Chin-Meng Wang. Tuesday, the Tigers need to figure out. Wednesday, they need to figure out who's starting as Randy Johnson. Jeremy Bonderman against Jarrett Wright on Thursday. Carl, let's see what the Yankees did today. Back to you.
Okay, Steve, nice try there. Derek Jeter and Juan Rivera. Little pregame greeting. Top one, no score, man on second. And Derek's taking this one into his own hands. His 11th, 2-zip. Right? I mean, this is why he is the Tiger Woods of the Yankees. Need something big to happen, and you go to him. Bernie baseball high, hard in history. He's got 11. Bernie only went 4 for 5 with 6 RBI in the game. Oh, Jeterian play. Figgins is out.
So that's a good base runner right there, too, he's throwing out.
Umpires have made so many calls on close plays at first. Let's slap a web gem on that play by the Jeets. 11-8 Yankees. Rivera, who, if I'm not mistaken, I thought I heard Joe Torre say will not pitch 2 innings again this season, came in the 8th inning and pitched more than 1 inning. They needed him to because Farnsworth and Proctor couldn't get anyone out. M's in the Sox. Ooh, that stench from the Pacific Northwest has been Boston's hitting. They haven't done anything. Ibanez goes granny. 25th home run of the season, and Seattle is up by a score of 5-1.
But 102 ribbies for Ibanez this year. Some kind of season.
David Ortiz swinging a drive. Chae-Sung Beck hadn't given up a hit until that. 47th of the year. The no-hitter's gone. 6-2. Red Sox down 6-3. When that one from Rene Rivera goes to Hinchke, lays out.
Not bad for a former infielder, huh? Former first baseman, too.
Yeah, they're the best athletes on the field. I've been telling you guys that all year.
Ooh, Javi Lopez is out. Mirabelli was hurting this one. Youkilis actually played left. What does the number 151 mean to you? That's what the Red Sox hit in this series against the Mariners. Ortiz was successful. They had only 2 hits in the game, and they have been dreadful this month. As a result, they're 6.5 games back. Is this race over?
It pretty much is if Manny decides he doesn't want to play anymore. If he wants to play, I mean, that's why they're not hitting, because he's in that lineup. He makes everyone better.
Plus, Red Sox pitching is really struggling right now. Yankees come back, play the Tigers, though, so if the Red Sox get hot, maybe they make up some ground.
People know it's coming now. Like chips and salsa music in baseball. Here now, the Diamond Cuts.
Come into Fenway and sweep a 5-game series. And Ted Lilly's going to contest this decision.
Wow. Wow.
You won't see that happen here at the big leagues probably ever again. Have completed a comeback which is unbelievable.
tonight, we will find out who left the building and who did it at the biggest times. We'll touch them all and also bring you the day's top 5 web gems, the greatest glove work from the final Sunday in August. And don't go anywhere because the top 3 web gems in Cardinal history are right around the corner.
He's sitting on 7-14. Here's the pitch by Downing. There's a drive into left center field. That ball is out of here. It's 7-15. There's a new home run champion of all time, and it's Henry Aaron.
Vote at Century21.com for the Hank Aaron Award, voted solely by the fans, and win a trip to a 2006 World Series game, because the fans are why the players take the field, and why some of them turn out to be legends.
I'm a very calm person till I'm on the phone trying to order 20 pounds of pork when my wireless network. So I switched to Singer's All Over Network, the network with the fewest dropped calls. That's right. Testing from the leading independent research company proves it. Finito. So if you... and get Singular.
Singular, with the fewest dropped calls, raising the bar.
You want game? This fall, ESPN Game Plan has up to 150 extra college football games. Key matchups and rivalries from major conferences. All available when you order your exclusive ESPN Game Plan pay-per-view package. It's maximum college football. ESPN Game Plan is available on TV and online. To order, call your pay-per-view provider or go to ESPN.com. Search Game Plan.
Officer, I am so buzzed. I am in no shape to drive. I've had a few too many. Will you arrest me?
Let's face it, impaired drivers will never just turn themselves in. The only way to find them is by cracking down from coast to coast. It doesn't matter where you live. If you drive impaired, you will be arrested. You drink, you drive, you lose.
When the Lowe's first joined D-Track Community, we were amazed at how little they were.
We're not little, we're low. And we have high expectations.
We thought affording a new car was a tall order.
When we suggested a home equity loan at a really low rate, Larry was all ears.
Low? Low?
It's a loan you can use for anything.
I can buy a skateboard. Ooh, and a new family van.
Yeah, new van.
Awesome to be a member at D-Track Community Credit Union. Now that is totally low.
Welcome back to Baseball Tonight, driven by Chevrolet.
Something about the backflip just doesn't fit in with St. Louis, symbolic of the Midwest. They're sturdy, they're steady, they're strong. They've had their share of outstanding outfielders, for sure. But when you couple shortstop Ozzie Smith with third baseman Scott Rowland, you could argue they've had the 2 best to ever play those positions. It's time now for the St. Louis Cardinals' top 3 web gems. As you know, Baseball Tonight is a Jim Edmonds love train. And in July of '06, he delivered the number 3 web gem in Cardinal history with the climb of Tal's Hill.
Not many guys get that opportunity to climb a hill during a baseball game.
And most that do fall flat on their old grill. That's Edmonds. That's web gem number 3 in Cardinal history. If you watch Baseball Tonight, you know we like Jim Edmonds.
Yeah.
Here's number 2, July of '04. At the time, one of the great catches of all time.
That's unbelievable. To track the ball, look over both shoulders, get to the wall, time it, jump, and still be able to make the catch. Tremendous play.
Everyone's all excited at what Gary Matthews Jr. did this year. We've seen it before. It's just been a few years. The number 1 web gem, it's the Wizard of Oz. Ozzie Smith, Vaughn Hayes, flares one into short left. This has got disaster written all over it. Oh, somehow Ozzie makes a catch that you can see from Cooperstown to California over and over again as he dives somehow to make that play. That's the number 1 web gem in Cardinal history. They got more Gold Gloves than anybody. You don't think about flash and dash, though, when you think about the Cardinals, right? You think about consistency.
Well, that's what they've been, and that's why they've been, because they play such great defense.
Their pitchers have been great in the field. Bob Gibson won 9 Gold Gloves. Edmonds, the two-time Web Gem Award winner, has got 6.
Maybe best defensive shortstop ever, best defensive first baseman ever there.
And Hernandez, yeah. Here is the greatest Web Gems from Monday about the great Roberto Clemente and his arm. Giles won a Web Gem of the Year award, I believe. Baseball Tonight's all-time Web Gems. You go to ESPN.com, search for the baseball page, and there's all sorts of great little nuggets on these teams and their top 3 Web Gems. 2 people did them, so they co-did them. You can see them on the Baseball Tonight's webpage. Reds and the Giants. Kyle Loesch salvaging a split with the Giants if he can. Omar Vizquel, Pedro Feliz, and Eliezer Alfonso both score. 3-0 G-Men. In the 5th, 4-0 Pedro Feliz against Loesch. That's trouble. Double into the corner. Giants are up 5. 4 of the first 5 runs come with 2 outs. Matt Cain is very good.
Tell you what, he's got an explosive fastball, Carl. He can raise, elevate it, in and out. I mean, that's people don't realize how hard it is to hit a well-placed fastball.
Another one of his starts in which he gives up less than 3 earned runs. No earned runs in this one. Bonds delivered Vizquel. It was 6-0. They won 8-0. The Giants, unless you figure out a way to stick a stake in the heart, they keep showing signs of life here.
It's unbelievable. I mean, they're old, but they keep winning, and who knows how. Give Felipe Alou a lot of credit.
Just 2 behind that team, the Reds, in the loss column in the wild card race. Now on ESPN.com, while the Reds are coming to the ballpark with more focus, energy, and more purpose. That's from Buster, only on ESPN.com. All right, we did it earlier with the American League Central and the wild card. Let's go National League Central. Crucky, who's going to win the division?
Well, I still say it's the St. Louis Cardinals until you can knock off the champion. I mean, it's a tough chore. I mean, they got arguably the best pitcher that's in this Central race in Chris Carpenter. They got the best player in Albert Pujols. I just think it's going to be difficult for any team to knock them off. Tony La Russa, for some reason, September, he pulls magic hats out of it, or magic tricks out of his hat, and he'll come up with something. Chris Duncan's been a great story so far in left field, but he'll find something to get this team over the hump.
He could pull rabbits out of his magic hat. That would be special.
That would be
Or
good.
hats out of his rabbit.
It will only be special if those rabbits can pitch, and that's the problem right now for the St. Louis Cardinals is starting pitching. It can't be Chris Carpenter every day, and I think it's going to be the Cincinnati Reds prevailing in the Central Division. More because the Cardinals are going to fall back than for the Reds to step up. But when you have Bronson Arroyo, Aaron Harang, Eric Milton, and Kyle Loesch, he got knocked around a little today, but he's pitched pretty well. And the remade bullpen, the Cincinnati Reds have deeper pitching than the Cardinals do right now, and a more potent offense. With Eckstein and Edmonds out for the Cardinals, the Reds score more runs and have better pitching.
See, this was really an effort to allow Steve to redeem himself in the eyes of Cardinal fans, because at 12:30 he said the Cardinals were not going to win the division. He clearly is sticking by his convictions, or should be convicted. Who's going to win the wild card?
Apparently the Reds have the best pitching, so I guess they are. But I think it's going to be the Philadelphia Phillies. I love what Pat Gillick has done. He had a very inexperienced bench starting in the second half of the season. 4 rookies on the bench, 13 pitchers, so that was their bench, the 4 rookies. Now they go out today, they get Jeff Conine, they got Jose Hernandez, they got 2 veteran guys on the bench. Both guys that can supply a little power off that bench. And if Pat Burrell's wrist or foot act up, you can throw Jeff Conine in there and let him start in left field and use Burrow off the bench. So I think he's done a great job. And the addition of Jamie Moyer makes them, as far as I'm concerned, the team with the best starting pitching in this wild card race.
They're not even close to the best team with the pitching in the wild card race. The starting pitching for the Philadelphia Phillies is actually ranked last of all the teams that are in the wild card race. The team that's going to win the wild card are the Los Angeles Dodgers. When you go Derek Lowe, and you can go with Greg Maddux, and you go with Brad Penny, you've got a 1-2-3 punch. They've been a little inconsistent at times, but they have the best pitching of all of the teams in the race. The Padres are going to win the West. The Dodgers are going to win the wild card.
Oh, boy.
Dodgers taking on the D-backs. That's producing when you go from Steve's comments right into the highlight of the team. Levon is 7-11 against them. Rafael Furcal has woken up out of a season-and-a-half-long slumber here the last month or so. Ethier and Martin score. Dodgers up 2-1. Have you met better meat? Wilson goes 2-run shot, and we are all diving in. Whee! Into the pool we go.
Hey, Burnsy took some stuff with him.
I tell you what, look at Burnsy there. Give me that stuff. Yeah. Is there a ball there?
Who brings a garbage bag with him to the game?
Saito got the O-Dog, and the Dodgers win it by a score of 6-3.
Yeah, maybe that bag had all Steve's picks in it.
Whoa! It was bring your garbage to the ballpark day in Arizona as the Dodgers win it. Furcal goes 2 for 5.
We recycle.
6 games over 500 is L.A. The Diamondbacks going the other way have lost 6 of their last 7. Here are the Friars. Jake Peavy, 2-1 and 3 starts, 5 runs in that stretch. In fact, his last 6 starts, 3 runs or less. He didn't see this one coming. Matsui, Manny Alexander, nice play.
Yeah, Alexander back in the big leagues for witness protection. He kind of disappeared for a couple years, but getting a chance with Khalil Green out.
Still 1-0 Rockies. Matt Holliday, 3-0, and he goes to make it 5. The Peevster must have got cranked cold on Saturday because he didn't bring a lot to the yard Sunday. Helton, inning over, and there's some frustration there for Todd Helton. Oh, my goodness. Watch. Boom. It bounced right back and caught him in the kisser.
Been there.
That's when you know things aren't going well. Rockies win for the second time in their last 9. Aaron Cook is 7-3 against the Padres. Here are the standings with the Dodgers and Padres separated by 2 in the West. Phillips has them both going to the playoffs, and there's your wild card race with 3 teams, all with 64 losses. Good stuff. You'll see baseball tonight at 7 Eastern, folks, on Monday to get you set for a good night of baseball. Kevin Witt to center off James Hoey. First since September 18th of 2003. You haven't heard of Witt or Hoey in a while?
I'll tell you later.
Molina's 14th home run, 3rd career granny. First since 2004.
He'll be back out in the free agent market this offseason, Molina.
Look at Chipper Jones. 21st home run. He's tied 69th all-time with the former great Red Sox outfielder Ellis Burks. Raul Ibanez off Kyle Snyder. Do you think he's overshadowed or at least helped people get over Adrian Beltre out there?
Well, not enough to win games. That's the problem.
There's the Andrew Jones 30th home run, and it was his 7th career 30 home run season. But as Crucky points out, his numbers just haven't been there this month. Bernie went boom.
Twice.
Yep.
2 bombs, too. They weren't cheapies from Bernie.
And so did Jeter go deep twice off Joe Saunders, then Hector Carrasco. Bernie's were his 10th and 11th. Jeter's were his 11th and 12th.
Jeter's one of the best going the other way in the big leagues.
Yep. And then Big Papi. This ended the near no-hitter that Chae-Sung Beck had going. Would have completely changed the way we looked at things here on baseball tonight, but not to be. We'll come back. There are web gems, 5 of them that you need to see before you can sleep peacefully tonight. So stay where you are.
Pickup and SUV. Gasoline and E85 ethanol. Haul and tow. The all-new 2007 Chevy Avalanche. The most flexible vehicle out there.
Don't forget about us, Stevie.
With Glidden Team Colors paint, you can get the official colors of your favorite team.
Sir, you're all set.
Whoever that may be. Exclusively from Glidden and only at the Home Depot.
Don't bounce all over the place looking for a deal. Just hit Motel6.com, the best place for the best rates. High score. Motel6.com. We'll leave the light on for you.
There's a reason these top drivers trust Q technology to help maximize power, success, and most importantly, their horses. Q, unleash all your horses.
In an active life, athlete's foot can break your rhythm. Lamisil AT treats it 4 times faster than other leading products, so you get results on the bottom that work their way to the top. Lamisil AT. Go on with the rhythm of life.
Never used car without a Carfax Vehicle History Report. Ask your dealer or go to Carfax.com.
ESPN Fantasy Football is free. Come play where the experts are. With coverage on TV, radio, online, in the magazine, and on mobile ESPN. We have all the tools and info you'll need to win. Play for free at ESPN.com.
Baseball Tonight is driven by Chevy, baseball's #1 fan. Chevy, an American revolution. And in part by Carfax.
All right, here we go. This is what the people want to see. The Web Gems from Sunday. Web Gem number 5 from the Florida Marlins. It's Miguel Cabrera. Corey Hart sent it down the line, and Miguel was not to be denied.
Much maligned this year on his defense, and great play right there.
Unlike most fields, no one in the first row to bother him. Web Gem number 4, CJ Connor Jackson. Diving to his right, makes an outstanding play on the hot shot. To no avail, though. The Dodgers won it.
Yes, they did. Well, they have the best pitching.
Gem number 3, with Loretta playing first and Youkilis in left and Hinsky in right. Hinsky makes the play.
He's going to get more playing time, too. He swung the bat fairly well for them, even though the rest of the team hasn't.
Hit streak for Willie Taveras has gone into the 30s, and he is responsible for the number 2 Web Gem. Houston put a 13 on the board, and there's a great catch by Willie.
Glasses, hat, everything.
Took a hit away from the Duffster, Chris Duffy, and the number 1 Web Gem.
The Colonel says.
This is the second out we've seen from left field at first base. Although this is actually a shortstop doing it, but that's just about where Casey was thrown out. Y'all with me on that?
Oh, absolutely.
Right there.
That was Damon Hollins, who had to be shocked, and then Tejada also responsible for this little gem.
He can play shortstop.
Great shortstop, Steve.
If you're the GM, you're not moving him. But if the owner tells you to move him, you have to be the buffer between the owner and the manager.
And he had a good game today, so they might win the wild card.
Yeah. 7 o'clock Eastern on Monday on ESPN2, getting you set for the Little League World Series Championship game. That's the next time you'll see the Three Stooges. Thanks for watching. And now it is Busch Stadium. Cubs and the Cardinals. Cubs throwing someone most of you have never heard of. John Miller, Rick Sutcliffe, Bonnie Bernstein with a call.
Okay, Carl. Tonight, Sunday Night Baseball samples the spirit of St. Louis. A sellout crowd has gathered downtown in the beautiful new Busch Stadium to see a ripe old rivalry renewed as the Cardinals try to sweep the Chicago Cubs. Earlier this season, a rivalry with roots back to the National League's early days was surprisingly one-sided in favor of the undermanned and injured Cubs. But this weekend, with a third straight division title far from certain for St. Louis, the Cardinals have made a statement. Friday, starting pitcher Jeff Suppan started the weekend with a clutch pitching performance and a 2-0 Redbird win. Yesterday, backup Gary Bennett was the hero with a game-ending hit. And now the Cardinals are in position for a much-needed sweep. Also tonight, with the final 5 weeks of the season at hand, we'll break down the race for the top spot in the National League Central. Can the Cardinals hold off the Reds, who have refused to wilt, but instead have blossomed in the heat of a late summer playoff push? Plus, a look at the candidates for National League MVP. Will it be Albert Pujols winning his second in a row? Carlos Beltran, the leader of the first-base New York Mets. Or Ryan Howard, the Phillies' young slugger. Or will someone else emerge as most valuable as the season enters the home stretch? Cubs-Cardinals, a classic rivalry complete with playoff implications next on Sunday Night Baseball.